Good day, everybody. We're gonna sit here. We're gonna for the beginners out there. We're gonna tie a white Krystal Flash woolly bugger. I've had great success with these throughout the spring as water turns off colors. I've caught a lot of nice browns with them. I'm sure rainbows will take them too. I just haven't had the chance to catch one yet. And I've got a 3/16 gold cone on a number 8 Daiichi 3 extra long hook. We're going to be tying on that today, and we got white thread. I'm actually using 6/0. And basics for tying a nice looking fly, any fly will catch fish, no matter how bad it looks, is to lay a nice even base. And I wrap my thread from right behind the cone all the way back to just past the tip of the hook. And right there I'll take my scissors and slice it off. Throw in a little half hitch. And for this fly I'll be using white Krystal Flash Chenille, and I'm using Whiting Farms American Saddle. We will tie some flies as we're going along here with some saddle, regular strung saddle hackle as well. Well, Whiting Farms has, as far as I'm concerned, the best hackles on the market. Everything from dry fly to streamers or musky pike, it doesn't matter. And you can see I also laid out some of the reels I use from Snow Bee, and I use their rods. Now, if you're a beginner fisherman, fly fisherman, the classic reel, classic rods with the thistledown line is a great way to start. One of the other things, you can use strung saddle, but I've gotten into the habit of, I really don't like throwing away a lot of feather, so I use the fluffy base part off of the bottom of a hackle to create my tails for my buggers. And for my damsel flies as well, and we'll tie some damsels here as we're going along. But I'll strip both sides of the feather and tie that in to create my tail. And the big things with tails on woolly buggers is you don't want to make them too long, because then you'll end up with what's called a short strike. The fish will strike that tail, but he won't get anywhere near the point of that hook. And so then you've just missed a great opportunity. After you tie your tail in, wrap right back to where you tied that baby off. I throw in another half hitch. And then I'll take and tie in my chenille. And one of the big things with chenille is you want to strip off all that material there. That's the thread to tie in. That way you don't end up with a big hump. Thread control is key when tying flies. I haven't tied in actually a long time. I used to tie thousands of flies when I was guiding. I was a guide in Montana for many, many years. And I take my saddle and I pull it, spread it out, fluff it out like this. And then I actually wet my fingers. I wet that tip down before I tie it in. It just makes it easier to tie in, and you don't end up with all these feathers splaying all over the place, and you end up with a nicer looking fly that way. I just wrap back again, make sure I'm where I want to be, come right up to the front, right behind that gold cone, throw in another half hitch there. Alright, and then gather up my chenille. One of the things is I don't cut my chenille off. You can leave it in the Ziploc bag, but yeah, I don't like a lot of pieces. I'm not into waste. And I always put in one wrap behind my hackle. and then wrap forward. Nice, tight, even. So you end up with a beautifully smooth body. Not that the fish cares, but you know, when I used to tie flies for a living and for guiding and for the shop and stuff, we had a saying, we tied flies to catch fish, then we tied flies to catch fishermen. You know, the prettier the fly, the more fishermen you catch. Tie that off. Throw another half hitch there. Then I wet that, pull that up as well. And I just start wrapping forward. And when I get up to where the head is going to be, I throw in 2 wraps, grab my thread, do 2 to 3 wraps with that. And then when you go to cut your hackle off, always come in and cut upwards. That way you will not cut your thread off. I pull it all back, throw in a couple more wraps, grab my whip finisher. I pull my hackles back too. That's where wetting your fingers comes in handy, and I do 5 rounds with the whip finisher, come up. There you go, you've got a perfect woolly bugger. And you can do these in black, you can do them as egg-sucking leeches, green, olive. We'll tie a few, and I'll shoot some video photos of them all. Alrighty, everybody have a great day out there. Tight lines, fish on.